Good day. How is everyone today? It's April 30th. I'm going to go over here. That's a little better. April 30th, 2026. Tomorrow is Fasting Friday and the 1st of May. Looking forward to slowly warmer and warmer temperatures. I do like it now at between 50 and 70. That's a good temperature. So I'm going to ask again for your prayers. I did put in my motion to discharge based on the tender of payment. Those are all words that have meanings in the motorhome case. It's going to be rough for them to decide if you're evil. If you're good, it's very simple. I mean, it's plain and simple what the Uniform Commercial Code rules are for tender of payment of a lawful bill of exchange, a negotiable instrument. So now, according to the rules, the debt should be discharged from the refusal to accept the tender of payment. So if you owe a debt, supposedly, and you offer payment to the creditor, and the creditor refuses that payment, then under the Uniform Commercial Code, which all the states have adopted in one form or another, but they've all adopted them, but their numbers are a little bit different in each state. The rule is that the debt is discharged, so it basically is no longer a liability to the debtor, which makes perfect sense, and there's reasons for that. You as a creditor, you don't want to be abusive to your debtors. That's why they came out with this rule. You can't demand certain times or ways that you will accept it, payment, and forms even, okay? Because in our country here, we do not have lawful. Here we get into the definitions again, but according to the Constitution, it's supposed to be gold or silver. But again, that was taken away from us, and all public debt is the responsibility of the United States. Okay, I am the public, you are the public. All right, this knowledge is think about this. If they rule that yes, they did in fact reject the offer of payment, then and ruled that the debt is discharged, this practice, because I'm going to tell everybody, I'm going to show everybody that I can anyway, what I did and how I did it, because it was right and according to the UCC. And the banks will not like that, because it means their jig is up, where they were getting paid twice for things and not disclosing that in any agreement that they have with you, all right, which is fraud by deception. So, and if the judges are banks and the court systems are banks, and the judges are bankers, they're going to side with the banks, even going against the written law that they're supposed to follow. So this is very, very interesting in my case. I never thought it would end up being so important, but it really is. So I do ask for your prayers as soon as you can, that justice be served and that we are given our remedy. All right, now let's get started with Good Day Rising prayers and focus on becoming closer with the Most Holy Trinity. One other quick note, I do have somebody challenging me, questioning me on whether I am a real clergyman. So I asked him to define that word. And, again, there's presumptions that people are programmed with from the time they are little. All right. And it's something that gets programmed into your mindset on how something is supposed to be according to somebody else. So let's see how that goes. I don't think that's going to go very far because it's probably a younger person who thinks they know. And when you think you know, you probably don't know. That's been my experience because I've been there. Let's get started with Good Day Rising prayers. In nomine Dei, Matronam Nostrae, Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, let us place ourselves in the presence of the Most Holy Divine Family, and in Catholic contemplation humbly venerate the Most Holy Trinitarian Theophany. Most Holy and Venerable Trinity, one Divine Family, I believe that Thou art here present. I venerate Thee with the deepest humility. I render to Thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to Thee. O most Holy Divine Family, relying on Thine infinite goodness and promises, I hope to obtain pardon of my sins, the help of Thy grace, and life everlasting, through the merits of Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Matronam Nostrae. O most Holy Divine Family, I love Thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because Thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of Thee, and I forgive all who have injured me and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank the Most Holy Divine Family for the many graces that we receive and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to heaven, and for the souls in purgatory. O Most Holy Trinity, I most humbly thank Thee for all the favors Thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to Thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in Thy service. I consecrate to Thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, that there may be none that is not animated by Thy love, or that would not tend to Thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good, and let us beg of the Most Holy Divine Family the graces which are necessary to us. O my God, Thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of Thy grace. Deny me not Thy grace, proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which Thou forbiddest, to practice the good which Thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please Thee to send me. O Dea Matronam Nostrae, O Holy Mother of God, I place myself under Thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of Thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O most Holy Divine Family, as envisioned by St. Lucia as the Most Holy Trinitarian Theophany, Deam Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, I am heartily sorry for having offended Thee, and I detest all my sins, because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell, but most of all because they offend Thee, O Most Holy Trinity, who are all good and deserving of all my love. I firmly resolve, with the help of Thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to mend my life. Deum Obiscum, et quoque apote. Oremus. Fidelium Deum Iesum Christum, omnium conditor et redemptor, animabus, famalorum catorum, remissionem cunctorum, tribui peccatorum, ut indulgentiam, quem semper obtuverunt piis supplicationibus consequentur, qui tigam vivet reinat in una divina familia, qui erat est et edit in aeternum. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum Hanc Immaculatum Hostiam, quam ego indinius famelos tuus offeriti Deum meum vivum et verum, pro in nomine Dibidibus peccatis et offensionibus et negligentis meis, et pro omnibus circumstantibus, sed pro omnibus fidelibus catholicorum, vivis atque defunctis ut mihi et idis proficietat salute. Deum qui humanae substantia dignitatem mirabilita condidis et mirabilius reformastum da nobis spiritus sacra et mysterium, Deus divinitatis esse consortis divinitatis nostra, fiat divinatis es parteceps, Deum iesum Christum filium, qui ticum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Offerimus tibi Deum calicem salutaris tuum deprecantis clementium, ut conspectu divina majestatis tuae, pro nostra totius mundus salute, cum adoris suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu meditatis et in animo contrito suscipiam rotedim Iesum Christum, et sic fiat sacrificium nostrum et conspectu tuo die, ut placiat tibi Deum matronam nostra et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, veni sanctificator. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et sanctificite plata prosequendo, et accepere hoc sacrificium tuo sanctum nomini praeparatum, suscipe Sancta Trinitas concoblationem contibi eferimus, ab amorem passionis, resurrectionis et ascensionis Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorem Deum matronam nostra et Papa Peter Sanctorum, et Istorum et omnem Sanctorum, ut ibis proficiet ad honorem nobis autem ad salutem, et ibi pro nobis intercedere dignenter in caelis, quorum amorem agibus interis, pediendum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate, ut me vestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiat ab Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipiat Deum Iesum Christum, sacrificium de manibus tuis et laudem et gloriam nominis sui ad uditatem quoque nostram totiusque, ecclesiae suae sanctae. Deum ubiscum et quoque te. Sursum corda habemus ad Deum. Gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dignum et justum est. Dei et clementissimi Mater et Pater et Deum Matram nostra et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum per Deum Iesum Christum Filium tuum Deum nostra et supplices rogamus et petimus. Uti accepta habeas et sanctificas. Haec sanctam sacrificiam ilibata. In primis quae tibi eferimus pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam catholicam quam pacificare custodire honore et regere de meris tot orbiterarum atque catholicae. Memento Deum famalorum gatorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We especially pray for Paul, Shelley, Therese, Cody, Ben, Jenny, Katie, Kathy, Maria Josephina Mose, Marilyn, Mark Jr., Letitia, Mindy, Todd, Clarette, and Dennis, the Santa Croce, the Tafour, the Williams, and the Began families, Barbara Santa Croce, James, Robert, Benedict, Gregory, Adam, Malachi, and Patrick Santa Croce, the Stevenson family, Michaela McCarnan and family, the Kendrick, Shorten, Nolan, Tosco, Kane, Nye, Wolf, Camerano, and Pahalski families, and all their good intentions. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion, transgenderism, transhumanism, child trafficking, child abuse of any kind, anywhere, place, or time. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, and medium of exchange with no usury and no negotiable instruments. We pray for courageous men to step forward as leaders of this Catholic society. We pray for wisdom on how to prepare natural foods to grow healthy plants and animals and to share the abundance with our neighbors. We pray for the elimination of all harmful radiation waves in our air and in our homes, and all equipment used for such be destroyed, as they did in the Middle East, and now Iran has rain. We ask and pray for the gift of discernment and for an increase in the knowledge and practice of the Catholic virtues. We ask for a return to godly femininity and a reversal of the feminist ideology. We ask and pray for that all quote-unquote gay marriage, all pornography, and the OnlyFans platform be stopped immediately. We ask that all corruption get rooted out in government, in corporations, and in the court systems. We ask that courageous police men and women recognize corruption and without fear root it out. We ask for the conversion of all sinners trapped in a state of mortal sin, especially the ignorant. Now is the time. Please remove all forms of Freemasonry, all secret societies, Judaism, Islamism, Hinduism, and all those tentacles that they formed throughout the lands. Guide the members back to the submission of the most holy Trinitarian Theophany through correct baptism and confession. Please nullify any attempts to establish anti-Semitism propaganda into any rules, codes, laws, statutes, or policies. We ask the most holy Trinity that all Catholics be given the grace to be accountable, so that we may each have a holy hatred for sensuality, St. Catherine of Siena, encouraged a repentant shame for the offenses we have committed and continue to commit against thee, and a deep love of thee and of souls so much that we desire nothing more than to be of service to thee in every moment of our lives. And for those souls who are being attacked constantly by the evil ones, that they might have strength and perseverance to the end. All this we ask in accordance with the most holy divine family's goodwill and intention. Et omnium circumstantium quorum tibi fides cognita est et noto devotio, pro quibus tibi aferimus, vel qui tibi affrontox sacraficum laudis, pro se suisque omnibus, pro redemptione animanum suarum, pro spe salutis et volamitatis suae. Tibi codetum tota sua, aeterno Deum vivo et vero. Communicantes et memonem honorantes in primis gloriosae semper Deum matram nostrae. Et Deum Iesum Christum, et Beatorum Materium Torum Papa Sancte Petri, et Sancte Lucia, et Sancte Jacinta, et Sancte Francisco, et Sancte Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum tuorum quorum meritis praecibusque concedas, ut in omnibus protectionis tuae monogam residio per innum Christum Deum nostrum, quam oblationem te Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibus consecratem acceptabilem quae fecere dignitis ut nobis corpum, et sanguinem fiat dedictissimi Filium Tuum Deum Iesum Christum, qui pridie quam pateretur recepit panem in sanctis aquanabilis manus suas, et derivatis oculis in caelum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum sum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens. Consecravit, frege dedique lumi, suis dicim, accipite et mandocate ex hoc omnes. Hoc est ein corpus meum. Simili modo postquam ceremonia est excipiens et hunc preclarum calicem in sanctas aquanabilis manus suas, item tibi gratias agens Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Consecrave dedique lumnis sui dicens, accipite et bibite ex omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei mysterium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro mundus effundetur in remissionem peccatorum, equot est cum proficeritis in memoriam facietis. unde et memores Deum nos servituis, sed plebs tua sancta justum Christum filium tuum Deum nostrae, tambe et passionis, nec non et in feris resurrectionis, sed et in caelos gloriosa ascensionis offerimus, preclarae maestati tui de tuis donis ac datis, supra quae propitio axo renovutur respicieri digneris. Supplices teragamus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, ibe hic pepere per manus tuum, ut quod quod, ex hoc otavis participationis agro sanctum Deum Filium tuum, corpus et sanguinum sincerimus, omni sanctificatione calesti, gratia Dei amor, per innum Christum Deum nostrae. We pray for those who have died. We especially pray for Hermanus Mose, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsis Deum et omnibus in Christum quiscentibus locum refugere lucis et pacis ut indulgeste proclamor per innum Christum Deum nostrum, per cum hic omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivicas, consecratis et praestas nobis, per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso. Est tibi Deum Matrum omnipotenti in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Dea, Matronam nostrae, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum. Sancta tua in mulier, Dea Matronam nostrae, Materam Deum Iesum Christum, misericordia nobis peccatoribus nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos quae sumus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, ab omnibus malis praeteritis praesentibus et futuris. Et intercedente beata et gloriosa semper Deum Matronam nostrae, cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis, da propitios pacem in diebus nostris, ut opi misericordiae tuae aduiti et peccato, simus semper liberi et ab omni perturbationis securi. Per Deum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium tuum Deum nostrum, qui tecum vivit regnat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum, et quoque apud te, haec ex Deo consecratio copris sanguis Deum Iesum Christum fiat et cepentibus nobis in salutem aeternam. Pax tecum, et quoque apud te. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum Matronam nostrae, cooperante Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem tuam mundum vivificasti, libera me per hoc sacro sanctum corpus et sanguinum tuam ab omnibus iniquitatibus meis, et universis malis, et fac me tue semper in hanare mandatis, et numquam separare permittas, qui cum eodem Deum Matronam nostrae, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum vivis arenam aeternam, perceptio copris tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego in ninius sumere praesum non mihi proveniat, in udicium coronationem, sed pro tu pietate prosit mihi, ad tutum mentum mentis copris et ad me delam percipendam, qui vivis reinas cum Deum Matronam nostrae, in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Panem celestem ecipiem et nomen Deum Iesum Christum invocabo. Dea Matronam nostrae non sunt dignius, ut intercedete meas in sancti requiem sanctorum mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sunt dignius, ut intercedete meas in sancti requiem sanctorum mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sunt dignius, ut intercedete meas in sancti requiem sanctorum mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Quid retubum Deum Iesum Christum pro omnibus quae retubut mihi, calicem saitaris ecipim et nomen Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo. Laudans invocabo Deum matronam nostra et ab inimicis mei salus ero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Quodoris sensumus Deum Iesum Christum puramente capiamus et immunet barafi nobis remedium sempiternum. Corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum quod se sanguis quam bataria heria scelibus meis apraesta. Ut in me non remanias scela macula quam pura sancta repercerunt sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, quoque apud te. Oremus. Animabus quae sumus Deum Iesum Christum, famalorum, famrum caetorum, oratio proficiat supplicantium, ut eis et peccatis omnibus exuas et tuae redemptionis facies esse participes, qui ticum vivit reinat in una divina familia, qui erat est et erit in aeternum. Deum vobiscum, quoque apud te, ite mise est, Deum gratia. Placeat tibi sancta Trinitam obsequium servitutis meae et praesta, ut sacrificium corporis tuae majestatis in unus auctoritibus et acceptabile mique et omnibus, pro quibus irut auctoris sit miserante propitiale per Christum Deum nostrum. Sanctificat vos omnipotens Deum, Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gratias. O most holy divine family, I believe, I venerate, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not venerate, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most holy Trinitarian Theophany, Dea Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I venerate thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of Deum Iesum Christum, present here in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which he himself is offended, and through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart and immaculate heart of Deam Matronam Nostrae, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Deam Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. Thank you again for attending and for your prayers and your support. Tomorrow is Fasting Friday. Maybe we get started tonight and go into tomorrow. All right. Have a great day. By the way, the fasting really does help. It seems that the Most Holy Trinity has kind of forced a little bit of fasting on my son, and he looks great. He has some challenges to continue to defeat, but we're on it. All right. Thank you again for your prayers, and I hope you all are well. We'll see you tomorrow.